Hey guys, this is Jeff from One Bag, One World, and my girlfriend and I have been traveling around the world for 7 months now, and I figured it's a good time to give you guys a bag update. If you're new to the channel, I recommend watching our first packing video, which I'll link in the comments below, as well as my girlfriend's One Bag specific packing video, which will also be linked below. Let's get into it. Okay, so it's been about 7 months since we've been on the road now, and I want to give you an update into my One Bag and show you kind of what's changed. Not a lot in terms of tech or toiletries has really changed. Most of my changes have come from my clothing items, which we'll get into right now. Okay, so the first thing I got was this same but different t-shirt in Thailand. Now, I've always really wanted a t-shirt like this just because I find the expression so fitting for Southeast Asia. I got a size large, however it's a little small, so I don't anticipate this will make it with me very long, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to give it to my brother who's gonna meet me in Japan and he can take it home. I just wanted something light and easy that I could kind of trash on those hot, sweaty days in Southeast Asia, or that I could wear to the gym or just wear around the hotel when I go to breakfast. So it was only $3, worst case scenario. If it completely falls apart, I just get rid of it. Again, going with the trend of hot and sweaty, this is a tank top. It's a Chang tank top I picked up in Thailand. This was key for me while we were going through Southeast Asia. I just don't handle the heat well. If you haven't seen, I think it's the short or the reel on Instagram of me completely sweating my face off over the 6 months we spent basically summer temperatures. This thing was instrumental in me surviving. So love this tank top, nothing more to say, super cheap, easy to replace. Going in the opposite direction, I picked up some base layers. So these are all from Uniqlo. This is their ultra warm cotton line. I was a little hesitant because I know cotton isn't supposed to be great. As they say, cotton kills because it gets wet and it stays wet, but it was thicker than their kind of polyester nylon blend stuff. So I just want to give a shot because we are going to be in Hokkaido in the dead of winter. This is the second base layer, also from Uniqlo, also a top. This is the thinner version. It's their original one, that's like nylon and polyester, so it's a much thinner material. I got this just because maybe it wasn't always gonna be, kind of sub-zero temperatures in Hokkaido. As we move further south, it'll get a little warmer, and maybe the cotton one will be a bit of overkill. I also wanted a thinner one, something that, would still keep me warm, but wouldn't make me sweat. Last thing for base layers that I purchased from Uniqlo are these base layer pants. Nothing really more to say. They're thermal underwear. They should keep me warm. I went with the extra warm ones here just because these are the only thermal base layer leggings I'm gonna have, so they might as well be warm if I'm gonna even wear them. Otherwise, I'll just wear my normal ex officio boxers. Okay, that's it for tops and base layers. Now let's get into bottoms. So if you watched my first packing video, I talked a lot about pants and I went with the Western Rise version 1 Evolution pant. So I actually backed these on Kickstarter way back when, but obviously with COVID and supply chain issues, it took a while to get. So these are the Western Rise Evolution Pant V2. And I got these delivered to me by Blaine, Bree's friend, and these things are fantastic. I immediately sent home my V1 with him and kept the V2. The material is just thicker. It just drapes way better. It's more comfortable. There are 2 zippered pockets that I feel like are much more discreet. I've loved these so much more than the V1s. So if you're debating getting your One Bag pant right now, definitely go take a look at Western Rise. They're a fantastic company with really great quality gear. I'm about to sound like a Western Rise spokesperson, and I promise you I'm not sponsored by them yet. Hopefully will from Western Rise. If you're watching, please sponsor us. These are the Western Rise Evolution Short. So same thing as the pant. They actually basically the exact same, just cut off a little bit shorter, but again, they have a zippered pocket. They're super comfortable. I swapped these out much earlier on when we were in Europe, and I ended up leaving one of my workout shorts just because I kind of got tired of looking like I was going to the gym every day. And I don't, if you're from the States, you're probably comfortable wearing athleisure everywhere, but in Europe, it's not really that much of a thing. So I definitely stood out, so to speak, and I really wanted something that just looked a little more casual, or I could quote unquote dress up in the summer heat, and that was these shorts. Love them. Okay, so outer layers. We left all of our winter gear in Switzerland, and we knew we were gonna have some cold stuff coming up, but I wasn't sure if we'd be able to get away with just base layers. But we're actually gonna be in Hokkaido for the ice festival, which we weren't originally planning on, but we were really hoping would work out. Now that we're going, I needed something warmer than just some base layers with a t-shirt and a fleece that I picked up in Greece at a decathlon for about 10 euros. So I had Bree's friend also bring me my Western Rise Airloft Jacket V2. This thing is phenomenal. And originally the thought was that since it has a DWR repellent coating for water resistance, I could potentially replace my rain shell. However, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna keep my rain jacket, which is the Outdoor Research Helium 2, just because that extra layer can block some wind, which, I mean, this does a pretty good job of, but having that kind of non-permeable shell is a really good layering strategy. The one thing I do want to say about this is it doesn't pack down nearly as well as some of the other jackets. So if space is a concern while you're looking through your one bag, you know, definitely take a look at like the Patagonia Micro Puff. I know that packs down super small. The Arc'teryx Cerium is a fantastic jacket that also packs down very small. The thing I do like about this though, it doesn't pack in kind of like a cylindrical shape. It packs down into kind of a pillow shape. That's actually easier for me to work with my backpack because my packing cube takes up about 3/4 of the space, and then this slides right in front of it and it fits just perfectly. Not to mention there have been quite a few places so far that have only given us one pillow, and I am definitely a pillow queen. I like to sleep with like 3 pillows. So packing this up into a pillow has saved me a few times, giving me just that little extra lift under my neck or giving me something to put between my knees. It's also super comfortable, super warm. I will say it works well even in not super cold situations, which is kind of nice. It means I can wear it over a larger range of temperatures. All right, nothing fun about this one, but I got a new hat. If you watched my first packing video, you could see that my other Nike hat was just kind of falling apart. It was a Velcro like latch system. Don't know what you call this actually, but it had, you know, just basically lost all of its Velcro-ness. So I wanted something that would just last a little bit longer, and we just picked up a Nike hat. This thing has been awesome. I wear it on all our travel days basically, just because I don't always like to, you know, have to do my hair, and otherwise it looks like I've got a fro. So I said I didn't make any changes with toiletries, but that's not completely true. We actually found this travel-sized hair gel, and it's really hard to find travel-sized cosmetics just in general. And I have like a little blue case of this gel, but it just is getting completely destroyed as we travel. This I think is just working a little bit better. So we picked this up. It was like $1.50 maybe at a 7-Eleven in Thailand, and it's just been my go-to hair gel. So super small, super compact, fits right in my toiletry kit. The other additions I've made to my one bag actually don't have out, but it's just basically some extra medicine. We got kind of a refill on our Pepto-Bismol and Alka-Seltzer. Pepto-Bismol is mostly gone towards Brie. However, I can say with confidence that we split the Alka-Seltzer pretty evenly. Oh, we've been pretty good about not getting sick anymore. I think we got that all out of the way in Europe. I will say having people come visit us on the trip and bring us stuff has been a really great way to kind of try stuff out on the road, which I know is more of a luxury. Not everyone has that opportunity. So thank you for everyone who keeps coming to visit us. Sorry for making you carry all our stuff. So I know I've talked about some of the things I've swapped out, and a lot of it's been clothing. Overall though, I'm super happy with absolutely everything I brought. Some of the stuff I left behind, I just felt like were duplicates, or maybe they weren't as versatile as I thought they would be to start with. So I'm really glad now that I've made kind of the few changes that I have. These base layers obviously will only last through winter, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do after. Maybe I'll give them to my brother to take home or someone else to take home, because then I know in my soul of souls that we're gonna go back into the heat, which I'm not too excited for. For now, they'll do their job, but then it'll free up some room in my bag because it is actually starting to get quite full. The one thing I will say I really wish I had is just another pair of shoes, but I know it's a bit of a pipe dream because, you know, I don't want to clip a pair of shoes to the outside of my bag. But no matter how much you dress up, if you're dressing up in like running shoes, you're always gonna feel a little bit frumpy, at least for me. So I love my shoes, I wouldn't trade them for the world, but I just wish I had like Clarks or a pair of Converse or something that I could throw on. Other than that though, my bag has been fantastic. The bag itself holds up really well. I'm really glad that it's the one I chose. By the way, it's the REI Ruck Pack 40 liter recycled. The thing is fantastic, highly recommend. Overall though, I'm super excited with my one bag setup. Everything's gone really well. My one bag itself, the REI Ruck Pack 40 liter, is fantastic and I love it. I don't think I would make any other modifications going forward, and I think I'm gonna be pretty well suited for what's coming up. I will say my shoes will probably again be the biggest weakness, just because they're like perforated kind of running shoes, and you know that biting wet cold is just gonna get right through there, and I don't really have thick socks either. So maybe in the next update video, I will have a thicker pair of socks. That's the only prediction I'm gonna make right now. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go check out our other packing videos or join along for our travels and some of our travel vlogs if that's up your alley. We'll be continuing on with various bag update videos and product reviews as we continue on our 2-year journey. And don't forget to like and subscribe.